And we are live. Welcome back to Takes by Fans. Today is June 24th, 2025. I'm your host, Saint Nick, and we got a great show for you today. All righty. Now, once again, we are in this lull period after, the NBA Finals is over, NHL Stanley Cup is over, the championship sports is gone. We've got baseball on, shout out. We got this FIFA Club World Cup going on. Once again, shout out. Don't like how all these games aren't, on television. DAZN has them all, but shout out DAZN. I guess I won't say anything bad. Won't say anything bad about DAZN, but I digress. Inter Miami last night, they were up 2-0. They beefed it. They drew at the end of it 2-2, but at the end of the day, they still make it out of the group stage, I believe, finishing second in their group. So still able to move on, and Lionel Messi continues on. So we've got some World Cup club to look forward to, but let's just get through it, folks. Yes, let's get through these next month and a half all together before football season truly ramps up. Today on the show, we've got, we'll touch on the basketball subjects. We'll touch on NFL. We had a trade yesterday in the NBA. Crazy trade that gone through. We'll talk about it all. So let's just dive right on in. And before we talk about anything here, let's get our daily update on Antonio Brown. What do we know? He's wanted for attempted murder. He tweeted out a few days ago he was leaving the country. What else do we have from him? A lot of tweets of the blank of the day. There's, if you know Antonio Brown, he likes to tweet out blank of the day. He's done, y'all know the days. Y'all know the days that Antonio Brown tweets out. But here he is jumping on a trampoline in the same outfit that he left with. This is the last thing that we have seen him wear before he potentially fled the country. That mint green tracksuit. Golly, this his account is crazy, which obviously isn't a surprise, but it's always something when you go on his his Twitter page. But here he is. This is the last time we saw Antonio Brown. The wind jacket with the dark teal sleeves, the Adidas jacket. He's wearing that. The last time we saw him wear that was June 15th. And in the video he just tweeted out 15 hours ago at some potential trampoline park, he's wearing the same outfit. So if he did flee the United States, he didn't really pack a bag. He just dipped. I don't know how much clothing Antonio Brown has. So that's what we've got. Act hard all you want, bitch. I know my absence is felt. That was 12 hours ago. Out of 100 bitches, only one might be 100. Once again, that's 12 hours ago. Another blank of the day, 12 hours ago. He's promoting a potential meme coin 49 minutes ago. Tweets an insult at Jimmy Kimmel. He's got hatred for Jimmy Kimmel for some reason. And that's where we're at 46 minutes ago. Insulting Jimmy Kimmel. So that's our Antonio Brown update. We'll see if he ever comes back. We'll see if he ever wears new clothes. And we'll see if his location is ever revealed. Man, oh man, stay safe out there, AB. I guess that's all I can really say. How unfortunate. Once again, just an unfortunate situation all around. All right, the other thing that we got to talk about in this one is crazy, folks. What the heck is going on? What I'm seeing is that a new kind of terms and conditions has gone out on FanDuel Sportsbook. Apparently, they've been getting burned by potential betting groups, Discord groups, and now they're looking to put an end to it. And this is absolutely absurd. Look, if you're running a casino, if you're running a sports book, if you're running some gambling, if you're running sports card breaks, bum, 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 you gotta live and die by the result. Whether you make money or lose money, that's your business. It's unfortunate. You're in the business of gambling. I know you'll try to do whatever you can on your end to minimize and mitigate losses, and okay, but this is crazy now because people are sharp and coming together and using their heads to come together to beat the books, and now y'all are going to try and put an end to it. These are just some of the fine print here in the new terms and conditions here in FanDuel. We get this. Well, let's start with this one. Trying to kind of cut down on group betting, a lot of betting discords. I'm trying to run one. When I try to run a betting discord, now they want to put their foot down. This is absurd. Here we go. FanDuel Sportsbook reserves the right to void any or all bets made by any group of people acting in conjunction with each other or any individual acting alone in an attempt to defraud FanDuel Sportsbook. The language here, folks, in an attempt to defraud FanDuel Sportsbook. No, it's an attempt to win money using your service of betting, sports betting. And it's really just hilarious. I mean, when you open up DraftKings, they have like sponsored bets that you can play quickly. Be like, hey, 19,000 people just put this bet in. Why don't you put the bet in? What? Is that not the same thing? Group betting? You're pushing it? You're promoting it? The barstool bet? It's crazy. It's crazy what these sports betting companies are doing now. I mean, golly, I get it. Everybody wants to make money, as much money as possible. Trust me, I get it, folks. But we're trying to do the same thing as bettors. If you don't like you losing money, then don't operate a sports book. I don't know what y'all want. You guys are the ones providing the odds. That's y'all. Y'all are the ones promoting. I mean, these sportsbook, promote the betting together. DraftKings, I can open the app right now. They're like, hey, once you place a bet, they're like, hey, you want to share the bet with your friends? Hey, you want to get in a betting group chat with your friends and tell them to bet this and place money with our sportsbook on this same bet y'all just bet? But if you do it with a Discord or if you try to, make that your business, we get this one as well by FanDuel, FanDuel. The maximum winnings, and this one is crazy. If this is real and this is true, this is crazy to even say. The maximum winnings limit will apply to any one customer or group of customers acting together, wagering on the same combination of selections, regardless of whether or not such bets are struck separately at a range of different prices on different days and through a number of different accounts. If FanDuel Sportsbook believes that a number of bets have been placed in this way, the total payment of all those bets combined will be limited to one single maximum winning. So what I interpret this as is if FanDuel believes that you're betting as a group and you're all making different wagers, that they'll make it into only one. They'll combine them and be limited into one single maximum winning. So if you and your group all individually bet the same thing, they're going to count it as one bet and combine it and then just one payout? Like, what are we talking about here? Group of customers acting together. If you get caught trying to act together, total payment of all those bets combined will be limited to one single maximum winnings. It's just real bizarre what they're trying to do here. So we'll see if they start catching people, how hard they crack down on group betting and Discord servers and all that. But look, I mean, they encourage betting as a group. Bet with your friends. Just don't win too much. Oh, y'all won too much. Now we got to change it. Folks, I mean, y'all will learn. Y'all will understand one day. Business is not your friend out here, folks. Business is not your friend. All right, let's move on. Sports books acting crazy. We got, Illinois the other day saying, hey, every bet comes with a 50-cent deposit. It's crazy here, folks. It's never enough for everybody. It's never enough. All right, here we go. Let's move on. Let's start at the basketball side. And the big news, big breaking trade gone down yesterday. Doesn't make any sense, but here we go. The Boston Celtics have traded Jrue Holiday to the Portland Trailblazers for Anthony Simons and 2 second-round picks. Yeah, yes, what a swindle. Obviously, shout out Jrue Holiday, NBA champion, NBA dog, great leader, great defensive dog. He could score as well. He does it all. A true player, a true teammate, a true champion, everything that we want. But he is a little aging up there. He's 35 years old. And once again, I don't like to use the age. I don't do that. I mean, if y'all are still balling, I don't care how old you are. I know everyone says, oh, as soon as you turn 32, you're in the trash, you're garbage. We don't care. You're trash. You'll never be the same. I mean, you're not even close to what you were. Well, there's always exceptions to the rule, and Jrue Holiday can be that exception to the rule. Just won a championship a year ago, okay? Was he too old then? What was he, 33, 34 at the time? That was too old. No. He'll be fine. Kevin Durant, too old, 37. Why would you trade for him? He'll never do that. Kevin Durant is still great. He's still top tier. He's still top 10 player in the league right now. So, Celtics get rid of Jrue Holiday for Anthony Simmons, and I mean, Anthony Simmons fits Boston to a T. I mean, he averages this is what he's been averaging from 3 points, 3-point range the last 3 years. 9 attempts a game, 8 attempts a game, 8 attempts a game, while shooting 37%, 38%, 36%. Yes, that's exactly what the Celtics are. Everybody can shoot and cash in from the 3. So, obviously, the Celtics won this trade without a doubt. 2 second-round picks thrown in as well. Who cares? Second-round picks. So, obviously, very, very well done here by the Celtics. And we do got to give credit to Brad Stevens, the general manager, because the moves he has made over the last, 3-4 years have been absolutely impeccable. Now, we do remember that Brad Stevens was the coach before the general manager and kind of in the front office role for the Celtics. And Brad Stevens, not a bad head coach, not bad, but kind of struggled to get over the hump. Just kind of struggled. I believe he got to the conference championship. I think he got to the finals and just couldn't get it done, couldn't get over the hump. He moves to the front office. They start winning rings. They start becoming number 1 seeds and all this. So I'm not knocking him as a head coach, but, sometimes, folks, people are not in the right positions, all right? And that's why I want to talk about this. We get this tweet here. Insane how bad of an NBA coach Brad Stevens was, but shocking how good he is as a general manager. Now, I don't agree with this tweet, but I agree with the sentiment overall. I don't think Brad Stevens was a bad head coach. I just think he's better as the general manager, putting the team together than trying to lead what players are on his team. So we just have to keep this in mind, folks. When we talk about teams knowing what they're doing and not knowing what they're doing, not everybody that's a great coordinator is a good head coach. Not everybody that's a good head coach is going to be a good coordinator. So finding your fit And the Celtics have really done that. And we see what happens when you find your fit. You found your general manager fit. You found your head coach fit. And man, oh man, these Celtics teams, it takes an Achilles injury to stop them. So shout out Brad Stevens. Shout out to the Celtics for just, this is a great trade at the time, knowing that you're going to have to play without Jason Tatum all next season. So you're in a little bit of a soft rebuild, a retooling year. So let's get younger while still being competitive. So once Jason Tatum comes back next season, then we're off and running. We don't have a lull year. We've got it all figured out. So shout out to Brad Stevens getting it done. Anthony Simons on the Celtics is definitely going to work. And we know that the Celtics are probably not done in the trade department. We've got the NBA draft tomorrow, so expect some trades to really come through the rest of today, tomorrow, heading into the draft. And watch out for the Celtics to not be done here. Now, on the flip side, because, conspiracies and things just not adding up, this is potentially something here, folks. This trade just doesn't make any sense. Really too good to be true, especially when what has just been the conversation around the NBA for the last 6 months. We're going away from the super teams. It's all about kind of getting, first of all, young. Look at the Pacers. Look at the Thunder. These are young teams here. It's about being deep and having role players throughout the starting lineup on the bench. You need it. The Thunder, deep. Pacers, deep. That's all they've been talked about. And now teams are trading their young, great role players. Like, it's just not adding up. We see where the league is heading, and then the smartest people in the front office, the owners of these teams, are literally doing the complete opposite. So this trade, a little sketchy, a little fishy. We get some people on Twitter, some people acting out saying, I'm at a point where I want a veto button on trades because what is this? What is this? This trade should not happen. This really should not be legal here. You're trading a 25-year-old young rising star that can hit the three, that can, what was he averaging on assists last season? The man's averaging 19 and 5 basically. 22 and 5, 21 and 4 the last 2 years. So this is a rising star in Portland. The small market of Portland that gets no love and respect. And he's doing it there. And you trade, once again, I'm not here to knock Drew Holiday, absolute dog, NBA champion. But, like, y'all are just going against what has just proven to win an NBA championship. So some people are saying, the NBA, little fixed. And once again, they've done nothing in their right to kind of, downplay those rumors. We saw, the NBA was in a crisis during the regular season. Nobody was tuning in. So what happens? The big Luka Doncic trade to the Lakers. That makes no sense. Why would you trade somebody that just carried you to the finals? And then that team that got, and then, viewership takes off after there because Luka to the Lakers, obviously that's going to drive a buzz. Luka with LeBron, that's the buzz. And then that team that made that nonsense trade wins the number 1 lottery pick in the draft to get a new superstar to replace him in Cooper Flagg. After everybody said that this general manager is so stupid. They said that the Mavericks were like the team with the worst odds to win the number 1 overall pick in the lottery since like 1970, like craziness. So just real bizarre. We've got, nobody really wanting to watch the NBA Finals. They all kind of said, yeah, the Thunder are going to win, and that was the end of it. And then we got lackluster coverage, uninspired coverage throughout. So, I don't like to say any league is rigged or any games are rigged or there's always conspiracies, but this trade, it just doesn't really make any sense. The Celtics, they're the cream of the crop. And this is another thing. It's just in competition in general, why are you giving one of the top teams in the league that just won a championship a year ago, why are we giving them better players and better pieces and helping them out? It drives me crazy when teams do that. Like when the Bills always do a deal in the draft with the Chiefs. It's like, first of all, why would y'all even do that? Why? The team that always beats you in the playoffs ends your season. Why are you doing any deal with them? Because obviously, if the Chiefs are going to do a deal, they're going to, in their mind, that deal is going to help them win. Help them be better. So why would the Bills ever entertain a deal with the Chiefs? It always blows my mind. It makes no sense. I don't care if you think in your mind you're also getting better in the trade. You're making your adversary, your biggest, I'm blanking on the word, your biggest enemy, your biggest rival. You're making them better. So I really don't get these trades sometimes. And this one I don't get. So we'll see what else happens. What other things happen in the NBA that just don't smell right. But trading away Anthony Simmons, I don't know. And where this league is headed, where you need a deep roster, Portland is giving up a young star to an already great established team. Okay. All right, let's move on. Here we go. And we're going to read this. We're going to read this entire thing. Don't care. Tyrese Halliburton posts on Twitter after having the surgery. He's in good spirits, but I want to read it and hear from his words. So here we go. This is Tyrese Halliburton on Twitter. Man, don't know how to explain it other than shock. Words can't express the pain of this letdown. The frustration is unfathomable. I've worked my whole life to get to this moment, and this is how it ends? It makes no sense. Oh my gosh. That was the first paragraph. I don't know if I can read anymore. I might start crying here. This is already gut-wrenching, heart-wrenching. Watching it live, I had to look away. Luckily, my cat, Henry, wasn't in the room. I could not let him see that. The emotion, the pain, everything that he's saying right here. The frustration is unfathomable. Words can't express the pain of this letdown. Ugh. I hate it, but we got to keep going. Here we go. Quote, now that I've gotten out of surgery, I wish I could count the number of times people will tell me it's going to come back stronger. What a cliche, LOL. This shit sucks. My foot feels like dead weight, fam. But what's hurting most, I think, is my mind. Feel like I'm rambling, but I know this is something I'll look back on when I'm through this as something I'm proud I fought through. It feels good to let this shit out without y'all seeing the kid ugly cry. And this is what I love. I mean, this is just pure emotion right here. Pure emotion, what he's going through, saying that, what a cliche, LOL. I love him saying that. Everyone's saying, oh, you're going to come back stronger. And once again, that's what you have to say. Everybody says it. But even Halliburton knows it's a cliche. I know y'all have to say that. I know I have to kind of be like, yeah, you're right. I know. Those are the social constructs that have developed throughout human history. But I love what we're reading. This is true, raw insight, emotion. Man, getting the true insight of what Halliburton's going through right now. This is great. So we got to keep reading this. Obviously, we feel, I can't even express, and he doesn't even want to, he doesn't want to hear me gobbledygook. Oh my God, I feel so sorry for him. He gets it. It's the cliche. Don't let me cliche out here. But shout out to Halliburton. Here we go. Let's keep going. At 25, I've already learned that God never gives us more than we can handle. I know I'll come out on the other side of this a better man and a better player. And honestly, right now, torn Achilles and all, I don't regret it. I do it again and again after that to fight for this city and my brothers, for the chance to do something special. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Of course you would do this again. Anybody that says, I don't even know if anybody would say they wouldn't do this. You're in the NBA Finals Game 7. Of course I'm going out there. Oh, you got a 50% chance to tear your Achilles. Well, I guess I'm taking the 50% chance then. One game away from cementing my legacy for me, my team, my city. Of course I'm going out there. Absolutely no question. Of course he has to go out there. 99% chance you tear your Achilles. I'm going out there. Don't care. We're talking about the NBA Finals. Everything you work your entire life for. One game, one moment. Of course you risk it all. 99.99999% chance you tear your Achilles. You go out there. You're going out there. Of course you don't. You don't regret it. Of course not. Of course not. Back to it, quote, Indy. Oh my God, I'm gonna start crying. This is where I'm gonna cry. Here we go. Indy, I'm sorry. If any fan base doesn't deserve this, it's y'all. But together, we are going to fight like hell to get back to this very spot and get over this hurdle. I don't doubt for a second that y'all have my back. Yes, sir. Of course we got your back. I'm about to move over to Indiana, and I've already got your back. I've got your back from New York, baby. Here we go, back to it. I don't doubt for a second that y'all have my back, and I hope you guys know that I have yours. I think Kobe said it best when in this same situation, quote, there are far greater issues, challenges in the world than a torn Achilles. Stop feeling sorry for yourself, find the silver lining, and get to work with the same belief, same drive, and same conviction as ever. And that's exactly right. I will do everything in my power to get back right. My journey to get where I am today wasn't by happenstance. No, sir. You worked for this. You're the superstar. You worked for that superstar tag. Not happenstance. And you're not going to be damned if Stephen A. Smith, Mr. Solitaire, stands in your way. Happenstance. Superstar. You worked for it. Clutch shot after clutch shot. Absolutely. Gosh dang lutely. My journey to get where I am today wasn't by happenstance. I push myself every day to be great, and I will continue to do just that. The most important part of all this is that I'm grateful. I'm grateful for every single experience that's led me here. I'm grateful for the love from the hoop world. I don't have to go through this. I get to go through this. I'm grateful for the road that lies ahead. Watch how I come back from this. So give me some time. I'll dust myself off and get right back to being the best version of Tyrese Halliburton. Proverbs 3:5-6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make your path straight. Fantastic. This is absolutely fantastic. Raw inside, exactly what I love to hear, truly. So, rest up, Halliburton. You're a superstar in my book over here. What an absolute run. And we'll see ya. We'll see you back in the finals in a few years. Bink. Absolutely fantastic. Okay, now, with that being said, Halliburton injured. We saw Dame Lillard injured this year. Same thing. We saw Jason Tatum injured this year. Same thing. So now the debate is, do we shorten the NBA season? What can be done to mitigate all these catastrophic injuries and even potentially, season-changing injuries? Once again, I don't want to say it, but, Halliburton was cooking. He was off to a hot start. We've seen Halliburton get off to hot starts, but man, that was something. That was something else during that Game 7 early on in the first quarter. 3 of 4 from the three, being aggressive. The fact that he even took 4 threes in the first quarter in the first 7 minutes, that was just in aggression of itself. I mean, we could have been in for a treat there, Game 7. Unfortunately, that's stolen from us. Now, what can we do moving forward? We had Colin Cowherd go on his show yesterday and offer the idea of shortening the playoffs. And I understand it, but if we're going to shorten anything, let's just shorten the regular season. I don't want to shorten the playoffs when basketball truly starts to matter and all this. Let's shorten the regular season, go from 82 games to really 50. Let's take away 32 games. 50 games, they all matter. Urgency is back in the regular season, and it's not just, all right, let's just wait till after the All-Star break. Because honestly, that's when, players say it. I mean, this is not me saying this, folks. This is what players say. They don't take the league seriously until really after the All-Star break. That's when they start to lock in. So let's not shorten the playoffs where we get great basketball, and let's shorten the regular season. Now, if you do just want to shorten the playoffs, okay, we could do like a 3-5-7-7. First round is a best of 3 series. That's fine. We're getting the 1-8, 2-7, so more of a blowout chance anyway. Save them some games there. Round 2, we ramp it up. Best of 5. Still, once again, we're getting the cream of the crop versus more of the bottom of the barrel. We're getting the 1-6 now, 2-5. So let's shorten the regular season, and that's just kind of shorten the playoffs. So, shorten the regular season in 50 games. Take the in-season tournament out as well. Keep the play-in tournament maybe. But I don't want to shorten playoffs here. I like the 7-game series. I like that. Just shorten regular season. We don't need it. We don't need 82 games. And it's unfortunate because if you do shorten the regular season, now we got to readjust every accolade and record because obviously they're not going to line up. You had 32 more games to accomplish something. So that's the biggest downfall. But at the end of the day, something's got to give here, and probably sooner rather than later before everybody. Because once again, I mean, it's just like every year we're at the end of the season. It's just like, yeah, this was a great year, but... And once again, I don't like to use the word asterisk when we're talking about championship and all that, but, how is it different if Damian Lillard doesn't get injured? If Tatum does it, well, and once again, I don't think it changes too much. I still think the Pacers beat the Cavs, even if, or the Bucks, if Damian Lillard doesn't get injured. The Celtics still lose to the Knicks if, Tatum's not injured, because once again, that happened, what was it, late game 6 or late game 6 when the game was pretty much over. Or game 5, whichever it was. The series was over, is what I'm saying here, when Tatum got injured. But this Halliburton injury really, So, as athleticism continues to grow, as, these crazy guards keep, driving off and able to finish around the hoop, and just how they look athletically continues to get better. I think these injuries are going to keep going. These soft tissue injuries, these straining injuries are only going to keep coming. So they got to do something. NBA's got to do something to try to mitigate these injuries. It's not good for the sport. It's not good for the brand. So we'll see. We'll see if anything is to be done. All right, another narrative that's really kind of being thrown around, and once again, I don't get it, is, quote here, I'm struggling to see how OKC doesn't go back-to-back. You're struggling to see? I don't understand. Where is this coming from that this OKC was this unstoppable force? They were a good team, very good. I'm not taking anything away, but this narrative of, oh my God, this was the best team we've ever, that's how people are talking about this Thunder team. This is the best team we've ever seen, ever. Of course they're going back to back. Who's beating them? Old man Durant, who's 37? He's gonna beat them Is everybody forgetting about Luka and LeBron? I mean, just because the Lakers don't have a center, that's the only reason why they're not good right now. So it's driving me crazy because it's literally everywhere, this narrative of, oh yeah, OKC's just going to breeze right through it again. We saw it on DraftKings. They're plus 220 to win the finals next season. I mean, I don't even think the Eagles have that same odds. And if you're going to ask me, if you're going to ask little old me, I would say that the Eagles have the better chance to go back to back than the Thunder. I know I'm going cross sports here, but if we're taking champions to repeat, I'm going the Eagles. So here we go. The Eagles are plus 650 to win the Super Bowl. Plus 650 to run it back. That's the favorites. Plus 650, the favorites. Not plus 220, no value. Are we crazy? Am I out of my mind? I mean, I think we saw it yesterday. I don't know if it's too early to hit this, but I'm going to. The Lakers are plus 1,400 to win the NBA Finals. It won't get any better, folks. This is the last call for value. Last call for value to get in the Lakers to win the NBA Finals next season at plus 1,400. I know it's 2 days after the NBA Finals this season, but the value is here. You always got to strike when the value is there, regardless of when it is. Thunder plus 225. What are we talking about? We've got Kevin Durant in the Rockets now, and the Rockets were number 2 without him last season. And they got rid of the trash and kept everything good. So what are we talking about? You got the Rockets. You got the Lakers. You still got the Nuggets. The Nuggets took them 7. Didn't it cake? Yes, they caked walk through the Timberwolves. Anthony Edwards is not what the media is saying. So you're struggling to see how OKC doesn't go back-to-back? I'm not. I know the East is going to be a little lackluster. I get it, but the East is always lackluster. We've never taken the East seriously, except when Giannis is at his best. And the Celtics just got Anthony Simmons, so they're going to be back competitive. And the Knicks are one player away, a coach away. I don't think it's as cut and dry. There's no sense in betting Thunder to win the finals. I think this is crazy to bet. Plus 225, are we crazy? Messi was plus 180 to score a goal yesterday, and he didn't. That's all I'll say. All right, let's keep moving on here. All right, now, now this is funny. This is really funny. The Thunder Parade is today, so shout out. The Thunder also went on Good Morning America to get interviewed, and now it all makes sense. We saw yesterday on the show the Thunder struggling to open the champagne bottles in the locker room. And we heard from somebody, a reporter, that was like the quickest celebration ever that he's been a part of in the locker room. And now we know why. Because this new generation don't drink, folks. You hear about it all the time. Oh my God, the Gen Z's not drinking. Oh my God, the beer industry is dying. The bars are dying. Blah, 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 blah. The new generation, they're cool, folks. They smoke a little weed. And that's, I'm not, allegedly, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, a little under the influence, above the law, but under the influence. Shout out to Lil Wayne. But we get SGA looking a little slow, sluggish, I guess I'll say. The eyes drooping a little low, if you know what I mean. So, and then we got Jalen Williams yesterday saying that was the first time I ever drank the champagne. He's never drank before then because the new generation, they don't drink, and rightfully so. I mean, if I had to indulge in one, I think I go with the Schmeat, folks. So, just real funny. They didn't know how to pop champagne because they don't drink. They all just like to be cool and hang out and smoke a little herb. Smoke a little herb. As long as it's legal, who cares, right? So shout out to SGA. And also, I saw a little early preview of the parade before I got on, and everyone's just wearing sunglasses because they're all just faded out there, folks. All right, let's keep moving on here. We get Jalen Williams. We get footage of him taking pictures of everybody with the trophy. Jalen Williams was taking pictures of all the Thunder teammates with the Larry O'Brien trophy after they won the title last night. And J-Dub has this to say. J-Dub, why don't you have a flick? Why do you have to flick everybody up? And he says, quote, it's my responsibility, and I'm low-key good at it. Just once again, just being a teammate, and, you know, they could have taken the reporters' photos, but just more personal, more intimate. You know, they got no problem. Hey, can you take this picture? Just once again, the camaraderie, the locker room, the relationship. The new age here, they don't like to drink and they just like to all have fun and come together. Stop trying to have a rift and there's always a superstar and a pecking order. It's about none of that with this Thunder team. And once again, this is not lame. I know Nick Wright loves to call this Thunder team lame and this and that and this and that. No, this is what a team looks like. This is what every organization, professional sports team should be after. This should be the ultimate goal, the blueprint, the poster child of a team, a professional sports team. This right here. I mean, golly, Jalen Williams is moving up my ladder of my most favorite players in the league. I like him more than SGA, and that's no disrespect. I love how SGA handles himself and carries himself around the team too, but I just love, every time Jalen Williams pops up on my timeline, I smile. I'm like, I'm in for something good. I'm in for good content right now. So I love it. I love it. Shout out to the team. Shout out to the Thunder. All right, a couple more basketball stories to go over, and this is, I hate this. We get Chris Middleton picked up his option to stay with the Wizards. His $33.3 million player option. Shout out for getting the money. You know, I'm not going to knock you getting $33 million, but you're better than Washington. That's what I'll say. You don't belong in Washington. Once again, the Bucks threw you in the trash for no reason for Kyle Kuzma. The fact that Kyle Kuzma is still in the league is an abomination in itself, but the fact that you threw Chris Middleton in the trash for him is insane. So I hate that he's going to be stuck in Washington another year, but he got paid. All right, we get this on the Kevin Durant front. Obviously, we know he signed with the Rockets, but we were always told it was going to be the Timberwolves. Oh, my goodness. He's going to team up with Anthony Edwards, and they're going to be unstoppable. It's happening. It's going to happen. If you don't believe me, then you don't know ball, and you're lying, and blah, blah, blah. And this is the offer we're supposed to believe was making all this fuss. Once again, we know the media. The media has lost all accountability, all credibility. We got Stephen A. Smith having to bring his daughter on every single show so they forget about the solitaire incident. I didn't even know Stephen A. Smith had a daughter, and we find out because of solitaire. But this is the trade for Kevin Durant that got everybody crazy. The Wolves offer for KD included Rudy Gobert, Dante DiVincenzo, Dillingham or Shannon Jr., and the number 17th overall pick. That's the offer? What? Oh, pardon me. It's the best defensive player of all time, Rudy Gobert. Oh, sorry. I forgot. Dante DiVincenzo, who even the Knicks were like, yeah, we're going to run the Nova Knicks, but we don't want him. The one Nova player, we don't want him. That's the one Nova player we don't want. You can get rid of DiVincenzo. We don't need him here. So, okay, once again, sometimes, folks, the national media, and I try to tell y'all, okay, now we get this, a take by a fan. Why the show's called Takes by Fans, folks, I'd like to hear what y'all say. And this Twitter user, Yes, exactly what he says. Says this, quote, in a tweet: love the NBA, but having the finals, draft, and free agency being all a week apart is kind of ridiculous. Let the moments breathe a little bit. And oh, yes, exactly. The NFL does this perfectly to a T. The NFL, I think, has like the longest off season of any sport, but it's the most talked about sport all year round because they space everything out perfectly. They've got, they go from, the Super Bowl, lull period, and then, free agency starts to pick up the buzz. And then that gets talked about and everyone's back into it. And like every event that happens with football, it refreshes. It gets everybody back in the spirit. It makes it feel like the time's going to fly by quicker. Once free agency happens, oh yeah, we're really moving. Then the combine, and then that breeze, and then that goes into the draft, and then that goes into OTAs, and that goes into, mini camps, and everything just has like its own month to itself. It's got the month build up. It's got the month, lead up, it happens, and then it kind of has the month to breathe. And then that rolls into the month lead up of something else. It happens, it has a month to breathe, and then I'm right back at it. So it feels like the NFL, yes, it has a long offseason, but it always feels like it's just right around the corner because all the milestones are so well separated and that they're their own moments in of itself. The fact that we're having the draft tomorrow is crazy. We just crowned a champion. Kevin Durant just went somewhere. Sheesh. These moments need to breathe a little bit, truly. All right, and then the last thing to dive into quickly here. Yeah, let's do this. Let's do it. We'll see if we might not get into any true football today. I apologize. But we get this by Front Office Sports on Twitter. ESPN has been criticized for its coverage of this year's NBA Finals. Yes, and I agree with it, and I've gone along with the criticism of ESPN. Don't like how they've been talking about it. Don't love the presentation. Don't love how they're not making it feel like it's the end of the season, like we're about to crown a champion. Don't love how they're not giving respect to anybody besides the Thunder. So they write an article. Here are 7 things that could improve how the NBA championship is covered. Yeah, let's quickly take a look and see if we agree. Let's just see what their 7 points are quickly. Point number 1, switch to a 2-person booth. Yes. This whole trio of Richard Jefferson and Doris Burke, it just didn't work. And I don't want to say one of them has to go, and I don't want to make it be Doris Burke, but she just wasn't great, and just the overall banter and the fluidity of the conversations always were bumping heads. It did not work. So yeah, switch to a 2-person booth, and hopefully that can make it better. But that 3-man doesn't work, at least with the 3 that they have chosen for it. Lean in to inside the NBA. Yeah, I mean, the inside the NBA, I mean, I don't got to tell y'all, it's one of the best shows, one of the best sports shows. Once again, they get a little crazy on how they talk as well, but they're all former players. They all get it. They all get the inside. So we can still take what they say with a little bit of weight. So yeah, definitely lean inside the NBA. There's a reason why, every, fans were outraged when it was going to get closed down, and why everybody kind of wanted to buy it and have them on their station. So yeah, definitely lean inside the NBA. Absolutely. Better pregame setups. Yes. Once again, it's just like the pregame is short. They're not really saying anything new or interesting. Let's get some better pregame setups. Yes. Just watch how NBC's Bob Costas sets the stage for Game 1 of the 1993 NBA Finals between Michael Jordan Bulls and Barkley Suns. That's how you tee up sports history. Yes, bring that back. Once again, setting the stage. This was just, all right, this is the best team we've ever seen in the Thunder. They're going to roll through. There's really nothing else to talk about. Set the stage. Set the stage. All right, 4, cut down on distractions. Ooh, between the NBA, NFL, and MLB, the association is the only league that allows player trades during its marquee events. During this year's finals, fans probably spent as much time discussing the Grizzlies trading Desmond Bane to the Magic. Yeah, and then right before Game 7, it was Kevin Durant getting traded to the Rockets. Yes. Why are y'all having all this? Once again, the Twitter user, you've got to let the moments breathe. Let the finals be the finals. Let free agency be free agency. Get the most bang out of your buck. That's why the NBA has a ratings problem, is because everything happens at one time and then you talk about it for a week and then you've got nothing to talk about for months on end. Not me. I could talk about anything for any length of time, but y'all know what I mean. The professionals. So yeah, love that. Number 5, show the U.S. anthem before every finals game. Yeah, why not? The NFL does it religiously. I mean, you can't get away by not doing it. Show it before we finally got, the player introductions, the final 2 games of the finals. But once again, why are we not televising this? Well, I know why. It's because, we could show the ads. No. Why are we going to show the anthem when we can show the ads? This is America. The anthem? Ads. USA. United States of ads, folks. United States of America. Are you crazy? This is the most capitalistic country you'll ever see. Anthem. Ad. Roll the ad and shut up. Did y'all know that this was presented by YouTube TV? Did y'all not know the NBA Finals is presented by YouTube TV? Did y'all know that? YouTube TV gave us the ability to watch the NBA Finals, and really, we should be thankful for them. We should be all bowing down to YouTube TV, because without them, we would not see the NBA Finals. We would not be able to watch basketball if it wasn't for YouTube TV. So yeah, show the anthem. Stop with all the ads everywhere every second. It's enough. The ads have gotten out of hand. Roll back the advertisements. Unless y'all want to start selling ads on Takes by Fans, and then I'll add it up. Oh, I'll add over here, folks. Don't tempt me. I'll start adding everything. Pay the $20 for the Discord, or you're getting the ads. All right, here we go. Number 6, more player storytelling. Okay. All right. That one, all right, sure. That one I'm not the most fan of. I hate that everything has to be a story. That's not my cup of tea. But okay, I get it. As story sells everything. Okay, if you're, I gotta digress here. But story schmory. If you're good, you're good. Stop with all this story. Oh well, he was only good because he was raised by wolves, and he still made it. Wow. Okay, all right. The wolf man. Let's all celebrate the wolf man. All right, and then the last one. Push back the date of the NBA draft. Yes, we should not be having the NBA draft 2 days after the finals. Let teams breathe. Let people figure out, all right, this is what we have to compete against. Okay, let's come up with the game plan now. This is what won the championship. How can we retool our team to try and mirror that so we have an edge heading in this season? Let them breathe a little bit. So those are the 7 things that the ESPN and the NBA can do to improve the championship coverage, and I agree on most of them. All right, let's shift gears to the NFL here quickly. Let's see how many stories we can get through with our remaining time. And let's start here. I love shouting this out. I mean, sheesh, I was there at the creation of this, folks, and I was championing it back then. Don't disrespect me. I've been doing Takes by Fans. I know. We had a 3-year hiatus. I get it. But we've been doing this since like 2020. So, Tight End University, it's back. founded by George Kittle, Travis Kelce, and Greg Olsen. They host a camp every year for tight ends exclusively to just get better, learn from each other, and just get better, get more tight-knit as a position group. And this is great because players do need to get paid more, and position groups need to stay together, lock arms, so their position group doesn't get underpaid like the running backs, because we've got the story breaking over the last few days of the potential conspiracy by the NFL owners to not pay Lamar Jackson and stop with the fully guaranteed money. We'll talk about that in a second. But absolutely love this that they put it on by, active and former tight ends, inviting all, new, current tight ends to come, rookies, veterans, to come to the camp, learn from each other, and hang out. Now, let me quickly see, is our man Mark Andrews, because Mark Andrews better be making sure he's attending this. And I don't know if I see him. I see Mike Gesicki. Hey, Mark Andrews, you make sure you're there, because I know they're going to be teaching goal line drills, 2-point conversion drills on how the tight ends can catch the ball for a 2-point conversion. You need to master your craft, Mark Andrews, so Lamar Jackson's legacy isn't bunk because of you. And I do just want to talk about this here. We get the NFL potentially colluding regarding guaranteed contracts. And we've got the language that these NFL owners are using. And this is why I make such a big stink and such a big fuss on players, and especially running backs, getting their money. And always advocating for the players to get the most money that they can, because they truly deserve it. But there is a report going around, and it's kind of been leaked out. Nobody wanted it out, but shout out to journalism, and shout out to really Pablo Torre for uncovering and getting the documents so we can get the inside look. But the story is, the NFL and the NFLPA refused to release a 61-page ruling by system arbitrator Christopher Droney in the collusion grievance regarding guarantees in the contract of certain veteran players. And these veteran players kind of revolved around Lamar Jackson. And let me get this up here. This screenshot, this is in the official documents. And the official judgment really sided in the era of collusion. So the official ruling was as follows here in the article. In the NFL media ecosystem, more than 90% of journalism isn't journalism at all. It's positioning for advance notice of an announcement that will inevitably be made public. Skipping through. And here, the NFL and the NFLPA didn't want anyone to know the outcome of the collusion grievance. Although the NFL technically won the settlement, they won the case. The report ruled, quote, there is little question that the NFL Management Council, with the blessing of the commissioner, encouraged the 32 NFL clubs to reduce guarantees in veterans' contracts at the March 2022 annual owners meeting. There is little question. There is little question. That's the official ruling, folks. There is little question. Now, once again, also in the article, why the NFL kind of won and why this isn't a bigger story is because also Droney found that the evidence introduced at the 2024 hearing did not prove by, quote, clear preponderance of the evidence that the teams accepted and acted on the encouragement of the NFL Management Council. So we get kind of two kind of conflicting statements here. The first one, there is little question. And then the second one, well, it didn't prove by a clear preponderance. So, yes, we caught him, but we really can't 100% say that that is the case. But with the evidence in the documents, and they are online, we get this right here. And this is what I want to focus on, is just the language and how owners talk about players and money in close spaces. So here we go. We get a text back and forth between Mr. Spanos, Dean Spanos, the Chargers owner, and Bidwell, who I believe is the Cardinals owner. So Dean Spanos says, congratulations on signing Murray. Then Bidwell says, thanks, Dino. These quarterback deals are expensive, but we limited the fully guaranteed money and have some pretty good language. Thankfully, we have a quarterback that's worth paying. Well, that's a little slight there. And second of all, limited the fully guaranteed money. That's all they care about. And we have pretty good language so we can skirt and weasel our way around paying them more money and potentially get out of the contract if we see fit. Dean replies, your deal helps us for our quarterback next year. And then Bidwell responds again, I think many teams will be happy with it once they have a good chance to review. Cleveland really screwed things up, but I was resolved to keep the guaranteed relatively low. So they bring up Deshaun Watson, and that's all we kept hearing. You know, Deshaun Watson ruined the quarterback market, and now quarterbacks will never get paid. What do we hear about the running back market? Todd Gurley ruined the running back market. And now running backs' contracts are so atrocious now and egregious. But these running backs are just so eager to sign because the running back market is destroyed because of Todd Gurley. Dean Spanos saying, well, thank you for doing this deal because now we can kind of skirt out of paying our quarterback, our Justin Herbert, our precious Herbie. We don't have to pay him, or, you know, you allow language in that contract that we can use to skirt around. Always precedent. So, just a behind the curtains look. I know everyone tells me, well, business is business. Y'all keep playing by those rules and let me know how y'all get with that. Business is not your friend. I'm telling y'all that right now. But y'all keep not listening to me. That's fine. So, running backs, I really hope y'all are going to band together. Once again, I'm going to be standing tall. I stand for the running backs. They deserve way more money than the contracts they're getting right now. And I hope that they see that this is how they get talked about in the inner circles, behind closed doors. Hey, thank you for screwing your quarterback so we can screw our quarterback next year. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. You know, Cleveland almost screwed us, but I re-screwed us all back. We're back. We're good. That's how they see everything. So business is business, folks. Yeah, that's bunk. Get your pay, get your money, dig your feet in, do your business. Demand your money. Get your fully guaranteed. That's the quote of the day. Get your fully guaranteed. All righty. That is going to do it for us today, folks. I appreciate everybody tuning in, watching, listening. We'll be back tonight for our live show. Yesterday on our live show, we started to dig into the previous 7 NBA champions and starting to rank them on how impressive the championship runs were. That's kind of been a little bit of a narrative going around over the last few days since the Thunder won their finals. So we're playing around, we're having fun, we're talking, we're discussing it. And today we're going to wrap that up, finish the last 3 years of championships, give them a grade overall, then start ranking them, and then start comparing to what the comments are saying and what other people have done. So we're going to finish that today on the night show. Once again, we got World Cup, Club World Cup on all day today. Kicking off at 3 o'clock. Games on at 9 o'clock as well. So we'll get prepared for that and see where the night takes us. But tune into the night show, streaming everywhere, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram. And we'll see you at the night show, and we'll see you tomorrow, folks. Appreciate y'all.